Well, hi there, everybody. Hellcracks here. Just doing a little update for the month of July. I've been working on the Chaos Dwarves for the Warhammer Fantasy Old World, I guess. It's the Legacy Army. That there are hints that it may be showing up as a regular army. Probably next year. Because you look at the Old World map, they do show the symbols and stuff for the Chaos Dwarves still around, so it's possible that they'll start bringing these guys out. So it's one of those things. All right, just to let you know that Thursday night, into July here, today's the 21st, so was it the 24th? I think it is. We'll have the Musty Wargamers show. So that comes on at 9 Central Standard Time or 9 Chicago time, 10 Eastern New York time, or 10 Mountain Time, or 8 Mountain Time, roughly Denver or Calgary time, depending on, because, well, Palmer's in Calgary. So there you go. So join us. We have a topic, maybe two, basically FOMO, fear of missing out, and looking at wishful thinking of or drooling over new releases kind of thing. So yeah, come and join us if you want to, and come into the chat, and if you have anything you want to add to it, we're more than happy to interact with everybody. All right, so see you Thursday night. All right, so what you see here is my Chaos Dwarfs. Yeah, these are the Forge World guys. Now, this is what, Taur'ruk, or something of that nature. These are the bull renders. Yeah, they're fairly large. Let's see, where's a standard size human? Got one here. This is my Perry miniature. This is Queen's Ranger. That's primed up. You need to see how big this guy is. He's like, he's small comparatively. This is a regular 28 mil size miniature. Yeah, he doesn't even come up to the shoulders. They're big. It's like, yeah. So there you go. So the Taur'ruk is the leader. So he's like a hero type. This is a Forge World model. So there are a lot of details into him that as I'm painting along, I keep finding more details that need to be picked out. So it's just like slow going with these guys. It's not like just quick and fast paint them up. It's like you'd be doing some work and it's like, oh, there's more. It just keeps that. As you go, you keep finding more. So you just keep working at it. All right. So there's a lot of work to do yet with these guys. Let's put him off the side. And the other thing is that I did take Sculpey putty and create the base. As you can see, we got the footprints going there. So when it's all said and done, painted, I put a little super glue in there and glue him down on his base, and he's ready to go. So I did that with everybody. And you got like this one here, and I've gone with like a red. It's kind of like the chaos symbol, and you got a black shield with brass, and they're gonna have leather. It's gonna be black, but I still got to go through and pick out all the details that are on the leather, and they got the connectors, the studs and everything that have to be worked on. And you got some armor down here. There's armor on the chest, and as you can see, ooh, that's not even right. There we go. You got the like a ram's head that's on the chest that has to be worked on, and obviously you got the beard full of hanging skulls. You gotta work on those. Then there's gold work, more brass. Yeah. and lots of fur. And then you got the fur around the legs, and then you got to work on the hooves. And then when it's all said and done, they're all done, and I glue them down on the base, and then I'll put some grass flocking and everything to break up the brown. So there's a lot of brown on these guys. Ooh, he went falling. Alright, so it's like this one. This one has a different shield. They're all a little bit different. So I have, they sold them in groups of 3, and I have 6 of them, of the bull renders, and I obviously got the big Taur'ruks too. So I got those right there. It's kind of the same thing. And you got this guy. He's a little bit different. And it's like every one of them has, of the 3, they have slightly different brass work. After I'm all said and done with all the brass work, and I still got to go through, it's like here you can see there's a skull up in there that has to be brought out in white. And then you got studs on all the shields that need to be worked on. Yeah, there's lots of details on these things. As I go along, I keep forgetting it. Oh, I forgot to do that one. And I go back and do them again, do some more. I think this one is similar. Kind of the same thing. You can see right here, I got the brass here. That's all gone in there, and then I got to go in with the some black and then fill in some of the areas so it gives it some blackened area, like on the other ones here. You can see that on the how that's dark behind it. Then I'm gonna go over and dry brush more brass over top of it to kind of clean up the brass work, because there's a little bit of spillage of black on some of the raised areas, so I want to clean them up a bit. And obviously at the end you see that this is going to be steel work for kind of like scale mail on them. So they're pretty decent. So basically you can see there's a whole bunch of all 6 of those. And then we got these 2 guys over here. This is what, an Age of Sigmar model, I believe. Yeah, I think he comes from Age of Sigmar. I can't remember exactly his name, but he's a named hero type from Age of Sigmar. And I just he was done, I think, by Forge World also. And I don't know if he's still available or if he's in Age of Sigmar still. That's one thing I haven't looked at. But yeah, he's got a lot of detail on him. You can see that. I haven't even really started on this guy. I just did this hide, and then I started picking out some of the stuff. I did the brass work on him, and now I got to go through like all the other ones I did and darken them up and bring out some other, bring some color to it. And he's got, just like the other Taur'ruk over there, they got the great weapons, 2-handed great weapons for melee. So yeah, they could be strength 6. I think they're strength 6 as probably 8. I think they'll be strength 8 in melee for chopping things up. So pretty decent. And this was another one, another Taur'ruk. Big old dude, beefy. Another great weapon. So this is all going to be done up in brass, or I'm thinking I probably do this in brass and then turn around, or a light silver steel, and then I got the contrast bale red. I'm thinking maybe going all steel and then do the whole axe with contrast bale red, and then go back over it with a wash to darken it up again, and brush over a little bit, so it's kind of like a demonic weapon kind of look to it. That's the idea I have. Well, that's what I'm thinking about, that guy. And over here you got the Bale Taurus with the I think the name of this is Cinder. Is the name of the Bale Taurus is Cinder. This is a Forge World model here. Can't get him to stick on his base. Got a couple holes. There we go. There he's on his base. Alright, so that's a Forge World Bale Taurus, and you got a Chaos Dwarf Sorcerer on top of him riding along. So in the end, this will be the big hero centerpiece of the army. So I do have what, 60 Chaos Dwarf warriors that would be backing these guys up, and I do have some daaiFireborn over here. Those are, I think I showed them in one of the previous videos for the army. So they'll add a little bit of mix for color and demonic forces for the army. Those, and obviously I still got a whole bunch of guys with halberds, Chaos Dwarfs with halberds I still need to work on sometime. So I do have a lot of miniatures for the army to be worked on. I do have a lot finished though. I got a whole box of them I've done. So alright, we're going to take a little break. I'm going to show you something really cool that I picked up a couple weeks ago that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I've picked it up on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm going to show you in a second here. Alright, here we go. This I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for 50 bucks. These two cabinets. So they're display cabinets. This show off some of my armies. So basically I got 10 of my armies on display here. This is the Warhammer display here. And you can see here, this is like my Imperial Knights. I got 4 of my Knights in here. That's all that can fit. And then I do have some of the Mechanicum, Forge World Mechanicum models in here with them. Kind of like a Titan Guard, showing off their, you know, bodyguarding them as they go marching around. And you can see all the different ones. What kind of cool is it? You just open up the door. There you go. There. Kind of cool. And then down here on this level is Chaos Demons. You know, I got some of my couple Forge World models in there. I got a Hulk right there. A little bit of everything. I just take a sample of little everything I have. It's like you even got some Rogue Trader demons in there, and some old school Tzeentch models. This is Khorne and Tzeentch. They make a lot of racket at night after going to bed, and as they fight each other and then go back into position for the next morning. It's kind of like Night at the Museum, right? See, there you go. Down here is my orcses. Yeah, I got the big old stomp as the centerpiece, and a gob smashing in the back. Got some boys around here, a little bit of everything. There's the old Gazgul right there, and some old, there's a lot of old Rogue Trader stuff and new stuff kind of mixed together for those guys. And then down on this level is the Tomb King's army that I have, along with a few old models. You can see the old guard right there. They don't have the mummies anymore, but they're now become Tomb Guard. So that's a little bit of everything. Kind of cool. And got my skeleton elephant right there. That's like my Sphinx equivalent. And then down here we have the Forge World Brass Scorpion, a little bit more Khorne stuff, along with my Death Guard, Plague Death Guard, you know, the fallen ones. You know, we got Typhus back there, along with a few of the old fallen Marines, backed up by a few corn stuff. That's kind of the cool thing. Over here, in the bottom, this is my Mechanicus army, along with my, I can't really see it, the reflection's bad. Maybe you can see it from this direction. There we go. There you can see the Atropos right there. Knight Atropos. That's the Forge World model, along with some Forge World stuff in here. I definitely got some Forge World stuff. Mechanicum all ready to go. That's all Mechanicus. Mechanicum. I think everything except for one model. I think everybody else is that's all Forge World models in there. Yeah, I got a nice collection of Forge World. And then here we got the fancy orcs and goblins. You know, a little bit of everything. I got my centerpiece model is my spider. I got a giant. I got some trolls. Definitely has some old school of the very old goblins. Some trolls back there and some spider riders. A little bit of everything. And there's the what the heck you call it? Doom Diver. The old Doom Diver that I've done. And here, this is the Vampire Counts army, led by Nagash, the old Nagash, not the new Nagash. Got a corpse cart back there. We got some old school ghouls. We got some dire wolves, some blood knights back there, hex wraiths, Forge World Morgul. Let's see, and then way in the back we have some, oh, what the heck you call those guys? Well, we got some zombies behind the gosh. So it's kind of what I do is put a sample of everything that I have in each case. There's definitely, like, got the Karn Wraith right next to Nagash right there. So. And up here we have the demons. So we got Nurgle and Slanesh. So we got a couple Forge World models. We got the Forge World Plague Hulk. We got a Forge World Demon. We got the old Nicodemus Plague. We got a few of the old Plague Demon. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank all of a sudden. Okay, we got some. There's a Forge World model there. We have some Slanesh Daemonettes. And let's see, back there we got the, oh, what's his name? Next to the other demon. He's a Slanesh demon. They redid him. He's huge now. That's the big thing you don't see very often. It's like when they redone him, you know, they just make him huge. Plague demons. I can't remember. And then we have, in the last group, this, I'll bring it back here. That's my Eldar army. With the centerpiece is the Revenant Titan. He's sitting in an angle because he doesn't fit in there very well. He has to sit at an angle just to fit, because his big pulsar lances are huge, and he's got his big wing on his back that, you know, open this up here. You can see big wings back there touching the back of the cabinet, and his guns touch the front of the cabinet. He's big, but he's got a complement of warriors with him. We got the old school dreadnought right there. Way in the back is, what do you call them? Shadow Rays? Shadow Specters. And we have all the other different aspect warriors. Each little section. I got just a small little section of everybody. because it's a well-painted army that I've done up. I think the newest model I have in my entire collection is him right there. He's a fine cast warrior. Everybody else is old school. You know, they've from the 90s mostly, except for him. You know, he's a Forge World. I got him in 2015, I think, or somewhere in there. Oh, and he's fairly new too, but that's pretty much everything that's in the case right now. So, and that's only a sample of all the models that I have in my army. So obviously, like, you look at these guys, there's a Forge World Lancer, then we got the, was it Castigator in the back. Oh, a little bit of money wrapped up in Forge World over the years. Adds up, but they're nice models. Too bad Forge World's no more. Alright, so that'll be the update for the channel. So if you want to stop by and watch us Thursday night, come stop in and join the chat. If not, catch it on the rebound when it goes back up and it's put up on YouTube. So you can watch it afterwards if you don't have the time to watch it with us that night live streaming. Alright, so hope to see you guys then. Hellcracks out.